Hey everybody, welcome to the show. We are back to it, doing some more Dragon Age here. I keep just doing this and I don't know why. Just want to change the aspect ratio on me. There, okay, now we should see everything, alright. Well, I say that and I have to go back in here and change it. There we go, alright. Grinning Crow, thank you very much for the host. What was that? That's acting weird. That's not what I wanted either. God damn it. Windows. Why for you hate me, Windows? Yes. There we are. Okay. Making sure I'm getting everything here to where I can see it. And of course that's not overlapped correctly. Yes, I am on. I just got back and started up. I was originally going to start earlier, but I was really exhausted because I was inadvertently up alright. Aw. That just makes me feel special. The Escade, I am just now starting up again. Okay. I got so many people who are sending me messages right when I'm going live. Let's see. Alright. So, let's see. Where did we leave off? Nice. Alright. So, last night we finished the Mage's Tower last night. We finished Soldier's Peak last night. Let's see here. So what we need to do now is we still have to go do Ostagar, or return to Ostagar, and then the 3 other main branches of the game. Well, 4 actually, if you consider the quest for those Urn of Sacred Ashes to be a separate tangent. So we got Wynn, and he and his lady friend met. He felt him up under the table while he was talking to his mother, under a glass table, huh? That's interesting. That's actually pretty sexy. Yeah, I finished the circle mission last night. I just generally do that one first because I hate it so much. Never mind. Shale, I don't have anything interesting to talk to Shale about. Oh, and I need to go kill Flemeth, because I got that quest from Morrigan. So, you guys want to go help me kill Flemeth? Let's go kill Flemeth. Alright, so let's bring... I'm going to bring Alistair, Adela, and Wynn. Let's see. Back to Flemeth's hut. I am probably going to die because I'm doing this way too early. Well, what I have is I have a... Oh, random encounter. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, boys. You know who we're about to get now. You know who we're about to get now.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attack the wagon.
I have a mod that just skips the fade.
Follow me. I'll take you to them.
So you play through the rest of the circle, but you skip like the majority of the fade. And what it does is you still go through the nightmares, so you go in and you still have to like free your companions. But you don't have to worry about the you go in and free your companions, but you don't have to worry about the like all of the fiddly like between bits. Yes, we're about to get everyone's favorite elf whore. Elf man whore. Let's see. We're going to give you combat tactics. And you're a two-handed weapon wielder, so I don't have high enough strength for those yet. And you can't get rally yet because you're only level 12. Okay. So she's all set up on that. Let's make sure her tactics are done correctly. Adela. Not ranged. Aggressive. Scrapper. There she goes. Alright. Yes, it's just called Skip the Fade. It's you still get all the bonuses and everything from it. I always romance Morgan, with the exception of sometimes I'll romance Liliana if I'm playing a Noble Kuzlin, because he doesn't go for all of the blood magic stuff. But like my elf doesn't give a shit, and so he romances Morgan every time. Oh shit! Oh shit, son! It's an elf! Antivan Crow! Oh shit! Do I now? They're all so eager to die, aren't they? Start up momentum. Yeah, Zevran dies quick. See, Zevran, this is why you don't go toe-to-toe with the Grey Warden. And we interrupt all that. We go around the tripwires. Well, we can't go around this tripwire. That one's triggered no matter what we do. Get up! Get up! Stop being a little bitch.
Delighted.
That's it for that guy. Wake him up and talk to him.
Oh, what? I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet.
I have some questions.
Ah, so I'm to be interrogated. Let me save you some time. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
So, it's the accent, right? That's why you like him, Rose? I'm rather happy you failed.
So would I be in your shoes. For me, however, it sets a rather poor precedent, doesn't it? Getting captured by a target seems a tad detrimental to one's budding assassin career.
Let's see. Question about DA2. If your warden romances Zevran and survives in Dragon Age Origins, does he still have sex with Isabella in Dragon Age 2? I don't know. Zevran always hit me as a love him and leave him kind of guy. What are the Antivan Crows?
This elf is a crow. That makes sense. They are an order of assassins out of Antiva. I understand they almost run that nation, and are hired only at great expense.
Valetus!
I'm surprised you haven't
Welcome
heard
back.
about the Crows out here. Back where I come from, we're rather infamous.
Hope that you guys are having a good afternoon too. While you guys were gone, as I was telling Cade and Rose, we completed the Mage Circle and the Soldier's Peak quest line. So now we're doing... Obviously, we just beat the shit out of Zevran, and we're about to recruit him. You came all the way from Antiva?
Not precisely. I was in the neighborhood when the offer came. The Crows get around, you see.
Who hired you to kill us?
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logan, I think his name was. Yes, that's it.
Does that mean you're loyal to Logang?
I have no idea what his issues are with you. The usual, I imagine. You threaten his power, yes? Beyond that, no, I am not loyal to him. I was contracted to perform a service.
Sweet. Best way to start the stream is with me. Best way to start the stream. Best way to start the day is with me, is what I meant. Rose. It's quick. Somebody hit Rose with a fire extinguisher. Not hit her, like, spray her with a fire extinguisher. And now that you failed that service?
Oh, well, that's between Logan and the Crows, and between the Crows and myself.
Hey, elven magic's not shady. Elven magic is done in the shade of the trees. And I don't want to know what's underneath Zevran's skirt. And between you and me?
Isn't that what we're establishing now?
When were you to see him next?
I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the Crows would have informed your Logan of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the Crows are concerned. No need to see Logan then.
Magic is weird and shouldn't exist. Fair enough. If you had failed?
What can I say, huh? I am an eternal optimist. Although the chances of succeeding at this point seem a bit slim, don't they?
Yeah, I always have Wayne as Wayne as my heal bot.
But these things happen.
How much were you paid?
I wasn't paid anything. The Crows, however, were paid quite handsomely, or so I understand. Which does make me about as poor as a chantry mouse, come to think of it. Being an Antivan Crow isn't for the ambitious, to be perfectly honest.
Then why are you one?
Well, aside from a distinct lack of ambition, I suppose it's because I wasn't given much of a choice.
Yeah, I would love to
Crows
romance
both
female
young.
dwarf.
I was a bargain, too, or so I'm led to believe. But don't let my sad story influence.
It's one of the things I heard about Mass Effect Andromeda is that they were originally going to make all of the players or all of the
The
characters.
whole severance package is garbage, let me tell you. If you're considering joining, I'd really think twice about it.
They were going to make all of the characters basically player sexual, as like you could romance any of them. Now they would have different reasons for, but they were going to make all of the characters, basically you're able to romance all the characters. And the more and more I think about it, like at first I was like, this is bad, I don't want to do that, because basically you're taking away a part of that character by basically making it to where they can be with anyone. But after thinking about it and kind of going through it, it's kind of like, okay, I can see why you could want to do this, and it's not a bad idea. I am the best romance option. Well, of course, like, of everybody in the party, Theron, my elf, he's the best romance option available. Despite the fact that he wears, old warden armor that's covered in blood. Thanks, I'll take that under
You
advisement.
seem like a bright lad. I'm sure you've other options.
Well, you just don't like elves because you're a dwarf. Why are you telling me all this?
Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely.
Were you paid to talk my ear off then?
Consider it something I'm throwing in for free. As it is, if you're done with the interrogation, I have a proposal for you, if you're of a mind.
Let's see. I'm listening. Make it quick.
Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the crows pause. So, let me serve you instead.
Well, after everything that's kind of happened with Andromeda right now, I literally have no interest in the product at all. Well, my biggest issue is, like, I like some of the concepts. I'm not ready to let go of my shepherd yet. That being said, I really, really wanted to do a female Turian romance. Can I expect the same amount of loyalty from you?
I happen to be a very loyal person. Up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing. In which case, I don't come very well recommended, I suppose.
No. And what's to stop you from finishing the job later?
To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice regarding joining the Crows. They bought me on the slave market when I was a child. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out, however, is to sign up with someone they can't touch. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you.
Won't they come after you?
Possibly. I happen to know their wily ways, however. I can protect
That's
myself
true.
as well as you. Not that you seem to need much help.
It may be a...
It's not as if I
It may be an instance of I'll just get it when it's on sale or something like that and play through it. I just right now I'm not interested in the storyline, and it's kind of like I'm not interested in the storyline. I'm not really interested in what's going on, so I'll just wait until it's like on sale or something like that. And what would you want in return?
Well, let's see. Being allowed to live would be nice, and would make me marginally more useful to you. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you
Yes,
no longer
it
have
is
need,
one large
then I go on
mod
my way.
called
Until then,
Camus
yours.
Companions.
Is that fair?
Actually, give me 1 second here. Dragon Age Nexus. Come on. Internet. Behave. I'm not going to find it that way. Categories. Companions. Here it is. Copy. That is the mod in question. That mod gives you Cullen, Jawin, Gorham, Sir Gilmore, Tamlin, Saurus, Les, and Lesky. Is Adela, who is the new female companion, Ox, which is a new male companion. Let's see, you can romance Cullen, Jawin, Gorham, Sir Gilmore, Tamlin, Saurus, Lesky, and Adela. You get gifts tailored to each party member. Each companion has one personal quest, except for Ox. Add new areas, new armor sets, new weapons, 8 new merchants. And they actually went through and added new dialogues for Cullen, Jawin, and Gorham. You can't get Cullen unless you play a mage, and you have to play a mage. You have to be female for it to get him. All right. There we go. Too much to resist. Very well. I accept your offer.
You're taking the assassin with us now? Does that really seem like a good idea?
Don't worry about it. We could use him.
Alright, I see your point. But still, if there was a sign we were desperate, I think it just knocked on the door and said hello.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
I would also recommend Grey Wardens of Ferelden, Nobles of Ferelden,
Horsefoot.
Templars of Ferelden, and Kirkwall exports. Because those are the ones that give you, like, the stuff from Dragon Age 2. Now we get to loot all those people who we just
Something
killed.
on your mind?
No! Did not want to talk to you. I don't know what is wrong with my mouse. It keeps doing shit like that.
All right.
Friends of Red Jenny.
Of course.
Oh, and in Dragon Age Inquisition, spoiler alert, what is it, Sarah drops just casually in conversation that she's the Red Jenny in Ferelden at the time, and she's the one who ran into the Warden, but she didn't know it. Yeah. Rose does really enjoy just the whole package, if you know what I mean. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna die horribly because this is way too early to go fight Flemeth, but we're gonna do it anyway. Save.
And so you return. Lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to dance to her tune. Such enchanting music she plays, wouldn't you say?
And should I dance to your tune instead?
Why dance at all? Why not sing?
Yes, I am mad. Boogie 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 boogie.
What little plan has she hatched this time?
She knows how you extend your unnatural lifespan.
That she does. The question is, do you? Ah, but it is an old story.
Mad
One
against
Flynn
mad.
has heard before, and even told. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn?
What do you
Morrigan
propose?
wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain.
And what happens to you?
I go. Perhaps I surprise Morrigan one day. Or I may simply watch. It would be interesting to see what she does with her freedom. Enlightening, even. Would you give an old woman that?
Alright, we're gonna do it.
Say, what will it be then?
Now you die.
It is a dance poor Flemeth knows well. Let us see if she remembers the steps. Come, she will earn what she takes. I'd have it no other way.
Yeah, now we get to fight a dragon. She looks better in Dragon Age 2. Hey, look, we actually did damage to her. Ow. Ow. That was ow there. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Have a dot. And then have another dot. Stun. Oh, she killed dog. Alright. You need greater heal poultice. And then Adela. You also need a greater heal poultice. Hey, we got her halfway down. God damn it. Apparently I have aggro now.
I am terribly wounded.
Yeah, we're not going to survive this one. Come on, get up. Get up. Stop getting knocked down.
Here we go.
We got her down to about a fifth of her health now.
What's this? As you desire.
Well, yeah. She's basically immortal. Yes! Yeah! Eat it! Eat it! Yeah! Got that fucking kill shot. Hi, Dragon Cat.
Of course.
That was close. That was really fucking close. I don't even know how to use clips. First of all, we're gonna save. How? I don't even know how clips work. That was really fucking close. Okay. I don't even know how to use clips. Apparently it's... That was really fucking close. You have to, like, hit the clip button, like, prior to, like, something happening? I don't know. Yeah, you would have had to do it at the moment. I'm sorry. What I can do is later on I'll go in and I'll do something like, and because I can download this and then do some video editing on it. Okay. Making sure. That was really fucking close, guys. I was almost dead. The only reason I did that was I was able to survive that was because Alistair is such a really damn good tank. Yeah, I'm kind of, whew. Oh yeah, so Flemeth definitely going back to what you were saying, Cade, she definitely was pulling her punches. I think that whole thing was, let's see how much the Warden really wants this. To the point where, is he willing to do this? And my headcanon is the Warden at this point doesn't even, like, he knows for a fact, no, she's not dead. She is not dead at all. What I've done is just simply made it to where she can't.
As you desire.
Made it to where she's very sure that somebody is protecting Morrigan. Now, here's the big thing. Now that you can, like, have the Warden at these mythical proportions, the question now becomes, like, now that the Warden has kind of become this mythical individual, what I keep thinking is, like, there needs to be a point where, like, Morgan shows up, or Flemeth shows up again.
It's cold in my tent, all alone.
Well then. And what do you want me to do about it? Well, we can't have that.
So you shall come to my tent? But whatever shall we do in that tiny little space together while we wait for it to warm?
Nothing, Tawdry. I leave. Oh, I'm sure I'll think of something.
Then let us waste no more time with foolish talk.
Sex scene! Because sometimes you need to let control go. Yep, banned completely. That's it. I'm not I have completely lost my Twitch account. You're just saying that.
Not at all. Legends abound regarding such figures as Garahel, sordid though they may be. The unanswered question, of course, is whether the endurance
Bandhammer!
taint within you, or because the Grey Wardens are by nature
She's talking about my taint.
healthy. I enjoy the thought that 'tis a little of both. Natural prowess, driven by a darker side.
So what now?
That is entirely up to you. Simply know that I have no designs on your independence.
I love it. No designs on your
I wish only
independence.
to do what I desire, and if that coincides with what you desire, then so be it. And should you decide not
Rose,
to
maybe
continue
she had
our
just gotten done
misadventure,
giving him a
then
blowjob.
So be it. Very simple, is it not?
I can live with that.
Then we should get along marvelously. Come then, let us be off before the others begin to stare.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the whole thing is she thinks that, like, as of now, she's like, okay, he's worthy to mate with, and so she has sex with him. And then she slowly starts to get feelings for him and says, no, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. And so she puts so many walls. So, like, at this point, once you reach a certain point with Morgan, you can't repeat the sex scene. Because she's fallen for you. And she can't do anything about it. And she's like, no, I don't want to be somebody who's fallen for you and all that kind of stuff. Well, at this point, she's not really, like, put a baby in me. She's like, you're sexy, and I think that I want to... And I'm pretty sure I want to bang you. I think that's what her motivation right now is. And nobody said it had to be logical. Wait, didn't I pick up Flemeth's Grimoire? Guys, I picked up Flemeth's Grimoire, right? I know I got the Robes of Profession, or Possession. I think that she's... Yeah, I've got Morgan's Robes of... Is it in the... Am I in the wrong place here? What's going on? Right home... Okay, we... Hang on.
And so I shall.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
We're going back to Flemeth's hut because apparently I didn't pick it up. There's Flemeth, still dead. Do you think she's just like, oh shit, he's back? Yeah, I picked it up. I know I did. What's that? instead of putting them on the back. Yeah, I get that. What I did not like, my biggest issue with that is
Of course.
they didn't quality control it enough, and you ended up with weapons that clipped into your armor.
So, full of questions, are you?
So you ended up with like weapons that were like clipped into your armor and stuff like that, and it just looked really bad. So Flemeth is dead. What now?
Now I have time to find some way to prevent Flemeth from stealing my body in the future, even without her grimoire. For she will be back. One day, I have no doubt of that. And if I cannot protect
Not
her,
just.
one day I will track her down again in whatever body she inhabits. And she
It's
will
not
die
just
again and again.
on two-handers. It's also
But there is
on
no
daggers.
need to think of such things now. I have you to thank for saving me, so let us return to the task of dealing with the Darkspawn, no?
I will always protect you, Morrigan.
You should not be so... You have no idea
See,
what will
she's
happen
getting feelings.
Come to make such promises. Let us go. There is much to be done before... There is still much to be done.
Yep, she's caught feelings for me. I guess that it just didn't let me take it or something, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Here I am.
Here you are.
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
It doesn't take any special skill?
I don't know about that. It's simply a slightly different skill set from your average killer, as I see it.
I'm getting heartburn now because I killed a dragon.
Specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
Sounds like it could be useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the Crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just...
I have absorbed the heart of a dragon. Does this mean I'll start a... Does this mean I'm going to start dragon shouting? Yeah, honestly, they put what I honestly would have done is put daggers on the hip. But I'm not BioWare. So...
Here I am.
Can you teach others to
Oh,
be an
I
assassin?
certainly could, but I won't. I swore to the Crows that the things they taught me were
What
to
was
remain
that?
a secret. And while, yes, they are already angry at me, I'd rather not push things, you see.
Very well. I respect
If
your
you
word.
are truly insistent, well, let me think about it. The Crows are already angry at me, yes? Who knows?
Let's see. Zevran approves. My computer just did something weird. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, that's something else. Okay. Apparently somebody sent me an Xbox chat. Not everyone knows I stream.
Here I am.
Can you answer some questions?
This should be good. Go ahead.
Why did you want to leave the Crows exactly?
Well now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin after all is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So if that choice presents itself,
Yeah.
why should I not seize upon it?
So you're simply bored.
I don't know that I would put it precisely that way. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the
He's
pointy end.
weird.
The
Like
Crows buy all
the
their
problem is I
assassins
never
that
really
way,
have a place
buy
for
them
him.
young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly,
I always
they'll
play a
train you to
DPS
die.
two-handed fighter in Dragon Age, unless I'm playing a mage, in which case I'm playing a DPS mage. So for me, it's literally I don't really have a place for him in my party, so I never use him, which sucks. And because it means that I miss out on some stuff. And it means I really have to pump a lot of his conversations and his gifts to make sure he doesn't betray you later on. Spoiler alert. But it's one of those, like, you would be great if I was playing a tank and could leave Alistair at home. Yeah, no, that was somebody sending me an invite to chat on Xbox Live, and so I ignored it there. Black magic for Windows 10. And that system works.
Of course. You compete against your fellow assassins, and those who survive are rightfully proud of it. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth.
Respect.
Women.
It's you
And
women and
or
men.
whatever it is you might fancy. But that
Both.
does not mean
Neither.
it is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
So what is it you fancy exactly?
I fancy many things. I fancy things that are beautiful and things that are strong. I fancy things that are dangerous and exciting. Would you be offended if I said I fancied you?
No, but you needn't bother.
Ah, that's too bad. I do so enjoy it when I get to be flirty.
Yes!
As for what I'll do,
Wednesday nights, I paint Warhammer minis.
I truly can't imagine.
I fancy A10 warthogs, Cade. I fancy A10 warthogs.
For now, naturally, I go where you go.
I'm happy to have you along.
And here I am, happy to be had. Isn't it wonderful how things work out that way? Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
Fishwife? I need to upgrade his gear, too. Let's see. I'm gonna go talk to Adela again, see if she has any more stuff to talk about. Something personal. Tell me about Riordan. No, she's not gonna tell me anything about him. Tamlin. Some questions asked. Okay. I have not played Breath of the Wild yet. I don't have a Nintendo Switch, so I need to go get Sten's sword. That's what I need to do next. I need to go get his stuff. Alistair.
Something on your mind?
I have some questions.
Of course.
What changes about you after the
You
joining?
mean other than becoming a Grey Warden?
Well, you've been a Grey Warden longer than I have.
You know, I asked Duncan this too, and all I got was, "You'll see."
You become king. You become king of Ferelden. Sorry. Oh, just try that line on me.
Oh, it's not that Duncan wants to keep it a secret. It's just that the Grey Wardens don't discuss it much. I gather it's not a pleasant topic. The first change I noticed was an increase in appetite. I used to get up in the middle of the night and raid the castle larder. I thought I was starving.
Yeah.
I slurped down every dinner like it was my last. My face.
My
all
warden's
covered in
too
gravy.
afraid to do that.
When I'd look up, the other Grey Wardens would stare, then laugh themselves to tears.
So it was a joke.
More like an initiation. They all went through it too. Oh, and then there were the nightmares. Duncan said it was part of how we sense the Darkspawn. We tap into their, well, I don't know what you call it.
It really depends on how you
And when we
define demolishing.
it's even worse. You learn to block it out after a while, but at first it's hard.
I think what Iron Bull did, or what Iron Bull does,
How is it for you?
is very much like he puts a real face on the Kunari, and it was something that you saw shades of with Talus, which is not necessarily like there are other people in the Kunari, but it's more like not a rigid caste structure, and they have this setup, but people really do enjoy living that way. And what he did is he made it. Iron Bull made the Qunari look more like people and less like an external force. And that's what I like. I liked that he kind of characterized the Qunari as people. At this point, you've kind of got this rigid, like you are this, you are this, you are this. And it's very much implied there's not a lot of wiggle room or anything like that. And he's kind of come to you, because he's really the first Qunari who's come to you and been in a position where he's actually like a nice guy, kind of like, hey, I'm going to come and I'm going to help you. Sten is here because he's sworn to help you. Talus helps you because she's using you. And then also in Dragon Age 2, you have the Arishok and what he's doing and all of that shit. And you don't ever get a good look at the best parts of the Qunari and the Qun. Iron Bull gives you the exact opposite look. Conversely, his side quest, his like loyalty quest, basically, in Dragon Age 2, was very much a, like, shows you also how much you have wiggle room, but they do not tolerate failure. And they do not tolerate putting personal feelings above the feelings of the Qun. And so, I don't think it demolished anything. I don't think it really... What it did was it shone more light on the fact that these are people. This is a real workable society. Because if we look at our own history, in human history, caste systems like that do have those kind of wiggle room. They do have that kind of motivational stuff. And there are always exceptions to every rule. And so you end up with this kind of weird thing where it's like, up until now, it's kind of been this external force. Now you can say it's a society. It's people working together under these rules. Well, that was the thing, is when you see that, Iron Bull is a lone Qunari in the Qun. He's in his Qun, in his role, working with humans. He's not Tal-Vashoth. He's not Tal-Vashoth. He's not anything like that. He is literally working just within. He is working and doing the job that's given to him by the Qun and given to him by the Barasad. Is it the Barasad or the... whatever organization he directly works at. The Qunari you run into in Dragon Age 2 have literally walled themselves off in a ghetto, refuse to interact with anyone else. They have completely become insular. And then when the Tal-Vashoth break... Ben Hazrath, thank you. When the Tal-Vashoth break off from that, they become their own little insular group, and they don't interact with anyone else. It's literally a whole sequence of Iron Bull can't isolate himself, so he's exposed to the ideas around him. He's exposed to all of these things that are slowly working on his brain, and he has to work with people. He has to reach out, and he has to deal with this. Whereas the Qunari in Dragon Age 2 are confined in their own little ghetto, and they're not getting out, and they're not interacting. All of their interactions with everyone else are antagonistic. Iron Bull has to work with people. He can't afford to be an antagonist. Even his other... he kind of enforces a kind of Qun system and the Qun system onto his chargers, but he finds like-minded people who are willing to live like that. But even then, they're not Qunari. They are not... And it shows. When he has his mission, they are not Qunari, and the Qunari do not consider them Qunari. They just consider them expendable. So it's very much a... it's kind of two different sides of the same coin. It's one person having to work with everyone else, and another group that specifically won't integrate. And I'm talking over you. Sorry, Vitalis, Valetus. Wrong. I liked Iron Bull as a character. I liked him a lot. Personally, I just liked viewing Canary as a moving machine. Yeah, I can see you seeing that, but what I think that's doing is they're specifically setting up the Kunari to be a major force and something that's going to be big in Dragon Age 4. Yeah, but you're trying to make a point too, and I'm just kind of like, I feel like I'm talking over you is the issue. But yeah, what I think they're trying to do is they're trying to recharacterize them a bit so they become more of an entity in Dragon Age 4. Because right now they've always been the outsiders. They've always kind of been on the outside. And now, because as we've discussed before, they're probably going to do the next Dragon Age is going to probably have something to do with either Parvalan or Tevinter. Those are both, obviously Parvalan is Kunari lands. Tevinter is at war with the Kunari. They're gonna introduce the Kunari somewhere. Yeah, I can see that. They haven't done a lot of focus on the dwarves. And again, like, if I had my druthers, what I would want out of Dragon Age 4. Honestly, if I had my druthers, Dragon Age 4 would probably actually take place in the Anderfels and would involve the Wardens. But if I wanted to be egalitarian, what I would do is I would have a game focused on the dwarves and the Legion of the Damned, or at least Legion of the Dead. A game that's kind of focused on a dwarf who has to come from, or somebody who's like a dwarf who has to come from either Orzammar or Kal Shirak and has to adapt to surface life. That would be a very interesting story to tell. I would not actually make it Dragon Age 4. What I would do is I would make a spin-off game that's in the same Dragon Age universe, and I think this is what BioWare needs to do, in my opinion. They need to start doing spin-off games in Dragon Age and then do kind of a main Dragon Age storyline. I think that would be pretty fun. Especially if you do it as like less of an action RPG like Dragon Age is, and more of like a straightforward action game or like a narrative game of some type. That would get really cool. There's a whole lot of stuff you could do with the Dragon Age universe. Like Cade and I were talking about this, I think 2 days ago, where one of the things I would love to see is for them to do like either a DLC or like a standalone kind of movie, the same way they did what was that animated movie they did with Cassandra, with her like becoming a seeker, like a standalone animated film that's just like the first Blight, and shows the Wardens, like shows the Wardens actually coming to the end. Dawn of the Seeker, that was it. Yeah, that shows the Wardens kind of coming in and like the first Blight, the first joining ritual, and then the death of Dumat, the first archdemon. Well, ages generally last about 100 years, if I'm remembering correctly, and we're only like less than halfway through, like the actual Dragon Age. Yeah, I can see that. A party full of your own creations would be a bit much. What I would like to do is, I want a game, honestly, what I would love is a Dragon Age game where the party is made up of survivors. Like, popular characters and companions, popular characters and companions from previous games. Like, do a game where it's like, 943, but doesn't, if I remember correctly, ages last like for 100 years. I may be getting that wrong. Um, but it's one of those things where it's like, what I would like to do is like survivors from previous parties, where like you can go through on your Dragon Age keep, and it will go through and you say, and this person survived from this game, this person survived from this game. Here's what happened to them. Here's this. Here's that. Here's XYZ. Like, let's see what's going on, and you can basically build everybody, and then the game goes in and it's like, okay, so you have like the party members, this is what they look like, but part of that is like, did Hawk survive? If Hawk survived Dragon Age Inquisition, build him, like make your custom Hawk. Rebuild your Warden if he or she survived, and here's your Inquisitor, and choose which one of these 3 characters you want to play, Hawk, the Inquisitor, or the Warden, and the other 2 become party members. And it's literally like a tag team, dream team, fucking, like, let's save the world kind of game, where it's like you've got all these high-level adventurers who are like, we need to fucking kill the last archdemon kind of shit. I'm getting really animated. That would be an amazing game. I think it would be so cool. It would be so hard to program, though. Like, so hard to program. Yeah, so we've still got, like, 50 years before the next age. So there's a lot they could do, and they could do games, books, novels, movies. Books, novels, because those aren't the same thing. In like other shit that's going on, like the Warrant event, or those 10 years that Hawk literally wasn't doing shit. Well, the next big bad guy in Dragon Age, a new Blight could start. Because the Blights are getting shorter and shorter together, because the Darkspawn are finding more and more enemies. Fucking Solus could be the new bad guy. Or maybe Corypheus isn't the only Magister that made it back. Maybe there's another one somewhere. You could do... They really are setting up Solus as the next bad guy. Maybe not kill, but seal him away. And so it's one of... Or conversely, help him, depending on how you interpret the ending of Trespasser. So it's one of those, like, health. Oh, you can't, because she kind of dies at the end of Trespasser. Anyway, but yeah, so it's just like, there are things they can do. And with the fact that the dragons are coming back, doesn't necessarily mean that, like, it could be that, like, a whole bunch of dragons just be, like, just a whole bunch of dragons hatch from nowhere and start, wreaking havoc. And literally the entire thing is, you now have to be a dragon hunter. Go out and kill fucking dragons. Or hell, you know what could happen is, like... What you really could do is you could do, like, the Elven Gods come back, and they start, like... And Solus is doing his shit, and the Elven Gods are coming back, and at the same time, like... There's, like, the second coming of Andraste. And at the same time, you've got the Tevinter Magisters showing up. And it's just like 3 different god factions. And so that's why you have the Inquisitor, the Warden, and Hawk getting together and being like, we need to sort shit out. Because otherwise, shit's gonna get fucked. Yeah, we are, kind of. But we'll get to that. We'll play through that. I've been in the same conversation for like the past 30 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and continue it. Well, I think that, okay, Dragon Age 4 happens, and then what needs to happen is Dragon Age needs to go away. The same thing like with Mass Effect, the same thing with like Baldur's Gate. There's a certain point where there's no more games, now you go make new IP. Because you can't tell any more stories. Because, let's face it, I mean... Inquisition was pretty much the fucking apocalypse is happening. Can you stop it?
Some people never have much trouble, but that's rare. Others have trouble sleeping their entire life. They're just more sensitive, I suppose. Everyone ends up the same, though. Once you reach a certain age, the real nightmares come. That's how a Grey Warden knows his time has come.
His time has come.
Oh, that's right. We never had time to tell you that part, did we? Well, in addition to all the other wonderful things about being a Grey Warden, you don't need to worry about dying from old age. You've got 30 years to live, give or take. The Taint. It's a death sentence. Ultimately, your body won't be able to take it. When the time comes, most Grey Wardens go to Orzammar and die in battle rather than waiting. It's tradition.
That's true. That is kind of what Corypheus does through most of it. Why Orzammar?
You'll always find Darkspawn down where the dwarves are. The oldest Grey Wardens head to the deep roads for one last glorious battle. Not that there's a shortage of Darkspawn during a blight, but that's the tradition. The dwarves respect us for it. And you wondered why we kept adjoining a secret from the new recruits. There you have it.
Yeah, like 80% of the Inquisition, Corypheus is like, he did what? Fuck! I worked so hard on that! I never wondered that. I understand.
You know, Duncan, he started having the nightmares again. He told me that in private. He said it wouldn't be long before he'd go to Orzammar himself. I guess he got what he wanted. I just wish it had been something worthy.
The thing about Haven is you bloodied his nose. You proved to him that he's not a fucking god, and you can beat the shit out of him. It just depends on how much you're willing to put on the line. He will be remembered, Alistair, as will the others.
I know. Ending the blight should make this all worthwhile, right?
Okay. Wine rack. So we can give that to Zevran. I don't have Ogren yet. I think I'm supposed to give this one to Shale. I'll give that to Win. Alright.
I shall treasure it. Thank you.
A generous gift. Thank you ever so much.
Of course.
Why are those on there? I am saving the Blood Dragon plate for saving the Blood Dragon plate for Ogren when I get him. Yeah, fucking. I kind of got pissed at that because I understand like why they did that. I understand like okay, that makes sense. You know, you kind of needed to like show how the you kind of needed to show how the what am I trying to say? The wardens aren't perfect, but the whole sequence in Inquisition where you're fighting against the wardens, and I'm just like, I really don't want to fucking do this. I really don't, because I like the wardens. They're my favorite faction, basically. And I just didn't want to. Like, I was like, look, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to deal with this right now. I know that sounds bad, but honestly, that's how I felt. Yes, I'm taking all of your stuff off of you. I don't have any magical. Okay, he's got. I'll give you Oathkeeper there. And I'll take that off of you. Yeah. Well, that is true. Yeah, but you worship the paragons. You're not an Andrastian. Well, yeah, and everybody hates the Wardens. Like, you can't... What? Andraste was a real person. She did some okay things. It is a proven fact that Andraste was a real person. Who... She freed the Tevinter slaves and gave the elves an actual place to live, pretty much. And then, you know, her chantry later on fucked it all up. But, you know, it's a thing. Well, yeah. You know they were. Let's go talk to Sir Gilmore here. Yeah, the way I look at it is the Maker was basically just an incredibly powerful Fade spirit. And I think what actually happened was... my personal theory is that the Maker was basically an incredibly powerful Fade spirit. And he didn't make the world, but he formed in the Fade, and, like, life made him. And something happened, I don't know what, but something kind of... It may have been the Magisters, actually, it may have been the Magisters and stuff that they did. Maybe, I don't know, this is me making assumptions. Like, shattered him into all of the spirits that exist. So every spirit that exists is a piece of the Maker. Some of them became demons, some of them remained spirits. None of them remember this because they're just shards. They don't know anything. So the Magisters finally pierce the... Well, this is what I love about streaming. It's like we sit and discuss games and stuff like that. Yeah, they will never actually clear that up. I'll tell you exactly who the Maker is. The Maker is me, damn it. I'm the one who made everything. Would you be willing to finish telling me what happened? You left off with Hal taking prisoners. He didn't take many prisoners, maybe a dozen or so. Those that were killed weren't killed out, or those that were killed outright were the lucky ones. What would be straight up dope? And yes, I am the storyteller. Yes, that would be awesome! The prisoners were. I was endlessly interrogated, constantly barraged with questions, day and night. I think they meant to confuse us. We got very little rest. But that was just the beginning. They had asked us questions that we had no way of knowing answers to. When they couldn't get any answers out of us, they resorted to more extreme torture tactics. They inflict excruciating physical pain in even more creative ways. If they didn't get the answers they sought, they'd rape wives, beat children, and murder friends. It was terrible. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Can't tell you how glad I was when I saw your face. You like my face. You're a very handsome man. Indeed you have. Stop flirting with me! Then it becomes the Griffin age.
You're quite taken with each other, aren't you?
Oh, yes, quite.
I've noticed your blossoming relationship, and I wanted to ask you where you thought it was going. She is a cunning woman, a Maleficar. She will use you for her own ends.
Oh, I trust Morgan.
I am telling you what I see and what my instincts tell me. And even if the
To
feelings
bed?
you share are genuine, this affair may not be the best thing for either of you. You are a Grey Warden. You have
No, I haven't read The Last Flight.
which supersede your personal desires.
I can handle my responsibilities and my relationships.
Love is ultimately selfish. It demands
I am not a Jedi!
person
I can love a
who
person.
occupy one's mind and heart to the exclusion of all else. A Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. You may be forced to make a choice between saving your love and saving everyone else. And then what would you do?
I don't want to have more. You're making things more dire than they are.
Nothing is certain. Not in these times. You cannot take anything for granted. I want you to be aware of this.
Morgan and I can handle whatever comes our way.
If you insist, I have given my advice. Do with it what you will.
Wynn disapproves. It's like, fuck you!
Something I can help with?
Nothing, never mind. Let's see. Let us actually continue the fucking game. Yes, worried when is worried.
Yes.
We're gonna take Sten, because we're gonna go look for Sten's sword. That is a mod I have for Wynn's face to make it look less like she's been carved out of plastic. In certain lighting, it doesn't look nice. Oh, random encounter. Aha! Darkspawn! Fuck you. That's the thing, is it looks a lot better in non-HD. Basically, if you look at her in kind of this HD setting that she's in now, it looks really shitty. Fucker, I will end you! Take your head. And why are we not fighting this Hurlock over here? It was very much made to kind of HD her non-HD looks.
As you desire.
Solve any problem. They're exceptionally good at fighting the plate, sure, but from a straight-up combat point of view, they're not anybody. Yeah, that's the thing, is the Warden. What gives the Wardens power is the fact that they are very good at... Oh, he can level up now. I'm going to turn him into... Oh, what am I going to do with you, Sten? You're going to be a Death Knight, too. And, oh, you got a skill, so you're going to get that. Next. You are going to go blood focus. Let's see. But that's actually one of the things that the Warden's power, what gives Wardens their abilities, what makes them so feared is the fact that they do fight the Blight, and they are exceptionally good at fighting Darkspawn. The reason they're exceptionally good at fighting Darkspawn is because the Darkspawn they can sense Darkspawn. They could never really be ambushed by Darkspawn unless the Darkspawn themselves are being really cunning, which is very rare, unless they have a leader of some type, like either an Archdemon or or the Architect. Who, that's the thing. I actually think the Architect, if I'm remembering everything correctly, the Architect is another Magister. He's just not as powerful as Corypheus. And that's true. At the point where the point where the Inquisition is going up against Adamant, they are literally uh-oh. And Wen passes out. That's true, yeah. He's actually trying to find in my opinion, I think he's trying to find basically kind of a sort of cure, but not really, which is one of the reasons I think that my current, like, the Warden, he's trying to cure the calling, is actually trying to find the Architect again so he can cure the calling. Are you alright?
For a moment there, I thought it was all over.
You need rest, that's all.
I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Well, yeah, that's Wen's dark secret, is what's going on with her. Oh, I need to go do that too. Man, I got a big to-do list in this game. Alright. Here we are.
Back off! I was here first.
She's dying! Have you seen a sword lying around here?
Why, you looking to buy
The
one?
Knar. Only if it's a Kunari blade.
Q what?
The giants you're pillaging.
Oh, them. To tell the truth, this place was mostly picked clean when I got here. I got part of a glove the wolves didn't chew too badly, though. I think it was a glove, anyway. I know, don't say it. I got cheated. I knew the guy who was here before me. He sold me this spot. Said he found giants and all kind of crazy valuables. He didn't mention that he'd taken everything but the bones and the dirt already. His name's Ferrin. Squirrely little bastard.
Squirrely.
Which you didn't, but I said it anyway.
He sold you this spot. Does he own this land?
No, that's some freeholder or other. He just sold me the looting rights. I'm not building a house here or nothing. He was going to Orzammar, he said. I imagine he's gotten there by now. If you find him, tell him I sent you. It'll scare the piss out of him.
Okay. So now we go to Orzammar. Orzammar? We're not going in Orzammar yet.
Ah, a fellow traveler of the fair lands. Are you a seeker, perchance? My packs are light, but I have a tome of strange origin. The Deus V Eternus, rumored to be the last message to a sinful world from the Maker himself.
He's got a very large jaw. Did you sell a few copies in the Circle Tower?
I have no idea what you're talking about, and neither do these large men carrying swords. Get them!
Literally, you didn't have to do that. You! Freeze! Yep, stupid bandit is stupid. Don't worry, we will get to Ojamar. Our plan is to try and finish as much of this game as we can tonight. Me am smart. I am the smart. I am the smart. S. Immorty. Okay. Frostback Mountains. Bounty hunters. Microwave turkey is better than Thanksgiving turkey. God damn. They're just spamming me with chain lightning. Who leveled? Alistair leveled! Oh, less than.
Of course.
Logain had a point. I wouldn't say Logain was right. What Logain wasn't right about was the fact that he let Caitlyn die. Logain should have presented a better case. He should have basically fought. Logain should have fought Caitlyn. He should have, like, not physically, but he should have, like, sat down and been like, no, look, you are being a dumbass. If this is a blight, which he didn't think it was a blight, which was a big thing, but he's like, look, what needs to happen right now is we need to find the archdemon and kill that. Part of the reason they were fighting the way that they were is because if they could kill enough darkspawn, and if they could basically fight their way through the darkspawn, they would force out the archdemon would be forced to show itself. You kill enough of it, the archdemon's gonna notice and be like, well, fuck, I need to, you know, make an appearance. So the idea was to draw out enough of the darkspawn forces to make it work.
Most traders aren't allowed into Orzammar, so they just sort of gather near the doors. There's no laws up here at all, I'm told.
Let's see. Oh, it's a deserter.
What business would the mighty Grey Wardens have with a man like me?
I'm here on behalf of the Blackstone Irregulars.
What was this about?
I hear you stole supplies from the
How
guild.
sad it is to see a Grey Warden manipulated. But I have no time to straighten this out for you. Men, let's teach the Grey Warden a lesson about trust.
Oh, okay, you're just gonna yell at me. It may have been that they just weren't sure how to get the archdemon to show up, and that's what they eventually thought of. Because keep in mind, like, a lot of the wardens in Ferelden were relatively new at their jobs. None of them had actually been in a blight before. None of them had faced an archdemon. Now, that's just my thought. It could be that I'm wrong.
And so I shall.
I will say that Kalen was very, very stupid for what he tried to do. But Logan was not in the right, in my opinion. Yes, Logan knew that that was going to happen. He knew a lot of people were going to die. The problem was, and this was the big issue, was that he quit the field. He could have easily gone in and rescued Kalen. He could have gone in with a small force, gotten Kalen out, and left. He could have, otherwise, he could have convinced Kalen. He could have been like, look, no, you're not doing this because here's why it's dumb. Like, there are multiple things. The fact that he left Kalen to die is what seals his fate.
Step right.
It's just like, no,
Breath.
you made the wrong fucking decision.
You, startled me a bit.
We'd like to have a word with you.
Word? With me?
Where is my sword?
I don't know what you mean, sir.
I'd give him to him if I were you, Farron.
I don't have it. I swear by Andraste's knickers. I told it on the way here.
I swear by Andraste's knickers. Who did you sell it to?
A dwarf near Redcliffe. Dwin, I think his name was.
If you're lying, you know we'll be back.
I'm not, I promise you.
We'll see.
It would have been easily as a relative term. He could have gone in and done it. It would have been a thing. That being said, it was one of those things where quitting the field was the worst decision.
This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
I'm honored to be fired by one such as he. Okay. Yeah. Well, he didn't even think it was a blight. He thought it was a, he thought it was, he didn't think it was a blight. He thought it was a darkspawn incursion. And he thought the wardens were, he held the same belief that, was passed down from Arlen's time when the wardens are, wardens are freeloaders. Wardens don't want to help you, wardens don't want to help people. All they're going to do is just freeload off of us and then act like they're important. Alright, so because I know that you really like Orzammar and the Dwarven stuff, and I kind of want to get it out of the way, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to go do Redcliffe, and we're basically going to get Sten's sword and fight off and like do as much as we can to get through Redcliffe and get to the point where we're kind of finished, but we've gotten the quest for the Urn of Sacred Ashes, and then we'll go back and do Orzammar. And we have another random encounter.
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in.
Where are you going?
We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You?
Oh, that's it. What's the message about?
We saw a blood mage down near the Brazilian forest. We're off to tell the Chantry about him.
Oh. Well, I'm here to stop you.
I thought you said... Wait. You're serious?
Absolutely. Turn around now and just go home.
Hey, no need to get pushy. We were just in it for the experience.
Ha ha! Lampshade hanging.
All right.
Excuse me. You also get some really awesome party gear, or party gifts, I should say, and get some awesome party gifts in Orzammar.
Can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
I'm not going to like this, am I?
I don't know. I doubt it. I've never liked it.
Excuse me.
I told you before how Al Eamon raised me, right? That my mother was a serving girl at the castle and he took me in. The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kalen my half-brother, I suppose.
So, you're not just a bastard, but a royal bastard.
Ha! Yes, I guess it does at that. I should use that line more often. I would have told you, but...
Yeah, that's pretty
it
damn
never
good.
really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
I think I understand.
Oh, good. I'm glad. It's not like I got special treatment for it anyhow. At any rate, that's it. That's what I had to tell you. I thought you should know about it.
So, you're heir to the throne, then?
Let's hope not. I'm the son of a commoner and a Grey Warden to boot. It was made very clear to me early on that there was no room for me raising any rebellions or such nonsense. And that's fine by me. Now, if there's an heir to be found, it's Arl Eamon himself.
Ugh.
He's not a royal
Sorry.
blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard, oh no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
As you command, my prince.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret this. Somehow I just know it.
Alistair is ripe for teasing.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
I'm on important business. I need to see Arl Eamon.
Oh. Then you don't know. Has nobody out there heard?
I've heard Arl Eamon is sick, if that's what you mean.
Could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying. We've no army to defend us, no Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead, and those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Antigon. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Van Tegan, Arl Eamon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
Well, I'll be here making snide commentary.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Van Tegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
What? I keep looking at my clock and
Loghain would have
actually
us believe all Grey
about
Wardens
5,
died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
You don't believe Loghain lies?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Kaelin risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
What evil things are you talking about?
Some call them the Walking Dead, decomposing corpses returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come with greater numbers.
And Carl is never in the house.
Loghain's starting a war over the throne. No one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arleman.
Of course we'll help.
There are no darkspawn here, and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand.
If there's a chance to rescue the Arl, we have to try.
Perhaps.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
I'm on my way.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Let's see. Sten actually approved. Okay. I guess that's what happens when you use the persuade on him.
I'm scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming? Soon, darling. Don't worry. Everything
Good
will
day.
be all right. I want to go home.
Let's see. I don't.
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari Wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them since.
Are you Jeddah?
I am. You've heard of me?
Your husband and son are both dead.
I thought that might be the case. Thank you for telling me.
Certainly.
Maker's blessings upon you.
I already told you. Father is outside defending the village from the bad men. We must stay here.
I'm so scared, Father. Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
That always got me, the whole, like, I'll try to not cry as loud. And it's like, you're in a fucking zombie apocalypse. You can cry as loud as you fucking want. Are you alright? Why are you crying?
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I
Yeah.
hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere. And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is.
Well, I get
I'm
this.
so scared they got him
I get
too.
this feeling from Dragon Age Inquisition and Dragon Age 2 that they kind of wanted to. They kind of wanted to tell their own story, and they didn't like the kind of stuff that Dragon Age Origins kind of forced on them. And so it's one of those, like, they take a lot of characters and they kind of shit on them a bit, and I don't like that very much. Don't worry, I'll look for
You
him.
will. Thank you so much. Please find him.
Silence, girl. Do you want the children to hear you?
But night is...
These people don't deserve what has happened to them. We must get to the bottom of this.
You know, we don't have the men.
No sign of them coming back from the castle, Murdoch.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I heard they all died with the king.
You heard wrong.
So you say? A damn Qunari could walk up and say he was a Grey Warden. I wouldn't know the difference.
One right there.
Much is clear.
We aren't going to turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight.
Have faith, good man. We will defeat this evil together.
I hope you're right. I've been trying to hold us together, but it isn't easy. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge.
What can I do to help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
Why does Owen refuse to talk to you?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started.
He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
Is there anything else you need?
We could use some extra bodies. Having a veteran like Dwin in the militia would help a lot, but he flat out refuses.
Tell me about Dwayne.
He's a trader, a dwarf, lives near the lake. Locked himself up in his home with some of his workers, he has. Says he doesn't need any of us. We could use somebody with his fighting experience, but he won't come out.
Oh, carry on then.
Right. Let's hope we see morning. Tell them to maintain watch. I don't want a surprise attack before the sun goes down.
So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna get Sten's sword back. Hello? Knock on the door. Lockpicking. Pick the lock. He failed to pick the lock. He's now hopelessly jammed. Fine. Break open the door. Fuck this door!
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
I'm looking for a Kunari sword that you bought.
You broke into my house for that?
Surrender the blade before I lose patience, dwarf.
So it's your sword. Farron didn't mention he took it off a live giant.
Why don't you just give him his sword before this gets ugly?
That sounds like a great idea. Now, why don't you take your sword and leave?
Murdoch says he needs you for the militia.
So what? You're recruiting for him? I'll tell you what I told Murdoch. I'm not risking my neck for this town.
Your chances are better out there than in here.
Thanks. But I'll take my chances in here. Everyone else can run around in the open waiting to die.
Can't I change your mind?
Maybe. Let's hear what you've got.
I'll put in a good word for you with Ban Tegan or the Arl.
You might just be able to pull that off. Fine. I'll throw in with the militia. For now. You better be out there too when the sun goes down. I'm not fighting for a lost cause, you hear me?
Sten's sword.
Strange.
I
had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
You're welcome, Sten.
I would thank you for this, if I knew how. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the Blight were ended. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Then lead the way.
Yay! Sten's approval has gone up. Okay. And now we're actually going to take him out of the party.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Horse.
So I got Alistair. Let's actually, yeah, keep Wynn and Adela. So let's go over here. If you're a female dwarf, you can offer sleep with Wynn. General store. I don't understand. Like, you can literally, like, throw yourself at everyone in this game.
Delighted.
Lamp oil in these barrels. Let's see. Caitlin's home. see. Hello? Is someone in there?
Go away. This isn't your home.
Young man, come out this instant.
Yes, ma'am.
Grandma!
Alright. I came out. You won't hurt me. Will you? I'll go back to the Chantry if you really want.
Ugh, your sister is looking for you, you know.
I just didn't want to be at the Chantry anymore. Everyone's scared, and I want to be brave.
Is this your house?
Yes. It was my mother's house. She's dead now. And Caitlin said we have to move away if we survive.
This is a well-timed whine from Dog. So what are you doing in here?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Are you sure? Maybe I can help you.
You could. Alright, I guess. Father said I could have his sword when I grew up. It was Grandfather's. And Grandfather was a great dragon slayer. I thought...
As opposed to an
great
okay
like
dragon slayer.
Grandfather, I could use his sword and kill the bad people who took Mother.
Where's the sword
In
now?
the chest. In Mother's room. Father gave me a key, but I'm not supposed to give it to anyone.
But I could use that sword to help the village.
I guess you're right. I should help defend the village, shouldn't I? Father would have if he were here. Oh, alright. Here's the key. I hope you use it to kill a lot of those bad people. I should go back to the Chantry. Good luck.
Right. So now we go upstairs. But first, we read a book. And level up, apparently. Let's see. Strength, Dex, and Con. Next. Alright.
And so I shall.
The Green Blade. Oh, and a bookcase.
All right.
Okay. Now we can go out of here and actually get to the help save the village quests.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
Okay, Alistair's like, what the hell? Open the door or I will break it down.
Alright, just don't destroy anything, damn you.
There we go.
Somebody's
been drinking.
So, open the door. I've got nothing of value for you. The militia's taken whatever I had. So if you're here to beat on a sad old man, then all I ask is you get on with it. I don't have much to live for as it is.
The militia needs your help, desperately.
Why should I help Murdoch when he won't help me? Hmm? My girl, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village or anyone.
So you intend to drink yourself to death?
Why not? It's not like we're going to live past the night anyhow. Or are you going to save us?
I intend... Yes, I am.
Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. Tell you what. If you want me to do repairs for Murdoch and his men, promise me you'll go into the castle and find my daughter.
I'll do my best.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either. I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
I promise you, I'll find her.
We will do our best. Please believe us, friend.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least. Right then. It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me. I must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally. There's no way I'm sobering up before morning, however.
There's no way I'm sobering up before morning.
Obviously, but I'll do whatever I can for you.
Alright, let's see what you got. Da-da-da. Not much. I'm gonna buy the Caltrip plans. When I have that for you. There we go. Okay. Oh, there's a crate in that corner. I can steal from that.
Hey, I see you found my hiding place. I stuck some old equipment in there before Murdoch could get his hands on it.
Alright. Save.
I don't think there's anything you'll need in there. But it's hard to say. I was in a bit of a rush when I filled it up.
Couldn't the militia use this?
Not if I'm going to repair the equipment they have. That stuff is old, anyhow. Yeah, let me open it for you. I have the key.
Hey, it's stuff. I mean... Well, I'm on the top end of leveling. Okay.
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantigan the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget.
We're not only ready, Murdoch, we're going to win.
I hope you're right. We may just be village folk, but we're going to fight like there's no tomorrow.
I still need to speak with Sir Perth.
You'll find him and his men at the mill by the bridge, to the north. I have a good feeling about tonight.
Alright, you gotta talk them up. You gotta make them feel like they're gonna win. You gotta make them feel it. It just seems weird that that boathouse to build boats is kind of far away from the water there. Let's see, this is the tavern, yeah, so we can go talk to people here, too. No, in theory, we can, if we can get actually into the building. One second here. Give me 1 second, guys. Apparently, we lost some viewers because Twitch decided to have an aneurysm. I'll reload my Twitch page. Or not. Come on. Come on. OBS says I'm still streaming, so there's that. Yeah, I get that, Kate. It's just apparently Twitch has decided to be kind of foolish right now. Let me try and... Yeah, I'm reloading the page. It's not coming up. Give me 1 second here. Channel... Hmm. Weird. I don't know if it's my internet or what. Oh, that's not what I intended to do. It's not... Apparently it's not me. But there's some people who apparently aren't connecting. Or who can't connect. That's strange. Okay. Well then. Well, not good. Okay, so... Let me see. Well, it says status disrupted right now. Huh. Current status. Hmm. So yeah, there's apparently like it says Twitch API TV is not working. That's weird. Well, no, it's not me. It's like Twitch. The page won't load. Like I'm still streaming apparently according to this. Like I'm still connected and working and everything. It's just, and I'm seeing Kate. I'm seeing your stuff in my bot because I've got a special view that shows me the actual bot that shows me the chat stream. But Twitch, the actual site itself, isn't loading like at all. That's really, really weird. Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Apparently the mobile app isn't working either. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and save again. Let's see here. Bring up OBS. What I'm gonna do is I've been going for about 2 hours now. And I haven't actually eaten anything today, so we're gonna take a break for a bit, and I'm gonna go eat something. And I'm gonna take an hour, just like an hour dinner break, and then I will be back to continue. We're gonna try and get as much as we can done tonight. But I'm just gonna go ahead and take a break because I really do need to eat something. I'm feeling kind of lightheaded. Thank you guys very much for joining me. Like I said, I will be back in about an hour. Oh, that's right, Game of Thrones comes on tonight. I am going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back. I'm going to stream all the rest of this. This is obviously going to be online, and it will be available. I'm going to also upload it to my YouTube as soon as Twitch stops being a bitch. What I'm going to do is upload it to my YouTube channel. So if you guys want to catch up with some of the stuff you may have missed or something like that, we can just upload it there. But this will give me a chance to kind of eat something and get recentered, and I'll come right back and we'll jump right into it. And hopefully we'll be able to get more people, or get all of our people back, because like Rose isn't here anymore. We lost Dragon Cat. We lost a couple other people. So hopefully it'll be fixed by then. If not, we may have to wait until tomorrow to continue. Or it may come back on later tonight and we'll do it then. But either way, we'll figure something out. But thank you guys very much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in about an hour.